All right, guys. So to start with, I'm just on the reflection problems. This is number one here. So on all these problems, you have to graph the original image. You have to graph the pre-image and then find the image, okay? So, and this is where you can see it says triangle ABC has these vertices A, B, and C, all right? So that's going to be our pre-image, and we're going to reflect it over the x-axis right here. That's going to be our line of reflection, and we're going to find the image. And this is where to find the image, we use these apostrophes. And remember, we call those A prime, B prime, and C prime. So we have those kind of just notation just to note that it relates to triangle ABC, but it has been transformed, or in this case, reflected in some way. So first thing you have to do is graph the points. Now, if you guys don't like, you can graph this. I put a link on Canvas. It's the first thing in this week's module, and it is a link to Desmos. You can graph these points, write them down, graph them in Desmos, and then, kind of look on that graph and reflect them over whatever axis or line we're talking about. So first thing here is I'm going to plot A, which is at -4, 2. All right, B is at 4, 7. Okay. And then C, and it'd be helpful to label them as I'm going through. And then C is going to be a 5, 1. Okay, so that's C. So it's a triangle, so we can connect the dots here, form that triangle. Now, it's being reflected over the x-axis. All right, so this is the x-axis right here. And to do this reflection problem, this is where we talked about the points are going to be the same distance away from the line of reflection. So if we start with C here, C is 1 unit away, all right, from the x-axis. So C prime is going to be 1 unit away from the x-axis. So that point right there, that's going to be C prime. So from there, you just got to figure out what is the coordinate, what's the xy coordinate. So we count over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's going to be 5, -1. So C prime is going to be 5, -1. Now, if we go to B, if I count down, B is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units away from the x-axis. So now we have to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units away from the x-axis, and that's going to be B prime. Once we plot it, and this is where, like I said, you can use Desmos to plot the points. Once we plot it, we have to figure out what the xy coordinate is. So it's going to be 4, and then it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, -7. All right, and the last coordinate was A. So A was over here at -4, and if we look, it is 2 units away from the x-axis, so we're going to go 2 units down, and that is going to be our A prime value. So we got to figure out what the coordinate is. Well, it's over -4, and it's down 2, so it's going to be -4, -2. So I'm just going to connect this just so you can see the reflection of the triangle. So we have our pre-image, which is triangle ABC, and our image is A prime, B prime, C prime. Okay. So moving on to number 2. Actually, let's move on to number 3. So guys, number 2, it's the same thing, all right, as number 1. I want you to try number 2 on your own and check your answers on the notes key on Canvas, okay? So number 3 here is a trapezoid, all right? And it has vertices of -5, -2, so that's going to be F. So again, we have to graph our pre-image. All right, so that is going to be F right there. G is at -2, -2. So that is G. Again, you guys can be doing this in Desmos. H is at 0, -6.